Too many things. I don't know when up to my battery will work. Okay, so XE mod is a virtual machine. As I said, it is a Windows XP virtual machine. Windows XP operating system in it. Applications in a Windows XP we can run directly from Windows 7, just like you're running from Windows 7 only. It's like a look like a running from Windows 7 only, but it runs in the virtual machine of Windows XP only. Next, Windows XP mode don't come with operating system. Don't come with the operating system. You have to download from Windows from Microsoft website. XP mode download from Microsoft website. First one. Second one is so it will be work only Windows 7 Pro, Enterprise, Business. Okay, business kind of things, ultimate, like that it is there. So minimum Pro is required. Home editions don't work here. Okay, and genuine Windows 7 must be there. So we should not write like that, but it is genuine Windows 7 must be there. So you can go to Microsoft website, download XP mod. Put a download XP mod. It won't work now. Never download from the third party website. CNET, File Hippo. There are very dangerous. Softonic. Okay. Go with Microsoft.com. Answers.microsoft.com. Doc.microsoft.com. These are original site. Check with whether original site or not. And most of the things in a Microsoft, you need to log in for a lot of things. No need to log in. Okay. So it is showing like how to download. A link is also given. Maybe it is there or removed. We don't know. These are the details are given here. Page error. Okay. It is. I think it is removed from Microsoft. I saved somewhere, but I didn't remember where I stored. Okay. Okay. So that is you have to download it. Actually, it is showing in a .exe file. If you double click, it extract and store in your PC. Automatically, it will install. Okay. It will install like and it will connect it to your virtual PC, Microsoft virtual PC only. Okay. Very good. Yeah. Next one is hypervisors along with the operating system is one of the thing is Hyper-V is also there. Along with operating system, Hyper-V also come as a feature in Windows 8, 8.1, Windows 10, and Pro and Enterprise, not in Home. And Windows 2008 64-bit, 2012, 2012 R2, 2016, 2019 as a role. Okay, you know already how to install a DHCP, Active Directory, like a ADDS, like that. It is already I shared in I already shared there. Both links I shared. Okay. Okay. So comes with along with the operating system as a role as a feature. Next, any Linux, mainly any enterprise Linux, because Linux when you can say like every time enterprise Linux. So example you can say RHEL, Red Hat Enterprise Linux 6, 7, okay, or CentOS, are 7, like that. These are enterprise Linux, right? So in generally, so there is a platform called a virtualization platform. That is a platform called a virtualization platform. Name is KVM and QEMU. Okay, the kernel virtualization kind of stuff is there. Kernel virtualization. Okay, kind of stuff. Okay, QEMU. You have to search in Google. Okay, enterprise Linux. These are the things. Of course, it may be there in Unix or not exactly. We don't know. Okay, these are the basically hypervisors along with operating system means you can run Linux operating system plus virtualization inside without purchasing or without downloading. Point is, these are not applications. Okay, these are not applications. There are comes with your operating system either package way or feature way or role way only. Okay, so this is the main hypervisor thing. New kind of stuff is also there about a Docker is also there. Okay, so currently I don't want to disturb any of your concept fully unnecessary. We are committing so many things. Now it is I am getting a big balance. Okay, guys, up to now, okay. The next one is I'm going with storage virtualization. Storage virtualization. Okay, and a network virtualization. Both I will finish and then I will give you a break. So first of all, what is this storage virtualization? This point I have to cover. I didn't told, but after break I will tell. So these are all what are the rest of virtualization. Okay. What is this storage virtualization kind of stuff? Okay. No, no, no. So it is block and file storages. What is this pool storage devices, virtual storages, SAN storages, and all. Everything will comes up a thing. So concept of virtualization is which is not physical but function like a physical one. Can you tell the things which is function like a physical one for a storage? For first example, virtual hard disk, right? Virtual hard disk are a function like a hard disk, but it is not a physical one. It occupy space from your physical hard disk only, but we can connect and we can store the data in it. Okay, guys, one second. I feel very tense. Why? Because of power cut now. Anytime my system will be off. Okay, due to this power cut, my system can be. Okay, I just connected. Now it is charging. It's just rapidly dropped in less than half an hour because full load na. That's the problem. Okay, virtual hard disk, guys. Tell me what are the virtual hard disk formats? Format. Tell me formats. Microsoft. No one is studying nothing. Or you sir put a full hope on your batches. You people are nothing. Not studying nothing. So what is the maximum size? vhdx. Okay, up to 2 terabytes. Okay, more than 2 terabyte and up to 64 terabytes. Very good. 64 terabytes. More than 2 terabytes it support. Okay, 2 terabyte less or more, but more than 2 terabytes. Okay, so maximum support is 64 terabyte. So usually like a VMware, if you are using a VMware, anything, any kind of VMware vSphere or VMware virtual machine, anything, vmdk. Okay, vmdk. It's a virtual disk format. Okay, next Linux based. The format is .qcow2. Okay, meaning is copy on write. COW, copy on write. Q means QEMU, copy on write. Meaning is like that. Not a cow kind of stuff. Okay, now cow, buffalo kind of stuff. It is copy and write. That's the meaning. Okay, it's in a Linux based like KVM, QEM. I told no. So that is the thing. Okay, so different kind of stuff like a VDA, virtual disk format like that. It is also there. Okay, and the types. Actually, I told two types. One is fixed disk, is dynamically expanding. Fixed disk, dynamically expanding. Two type of disk I told. Of course, there is another disk called a differencing disk. Okay, differencing disk. These are all virtual hard disk, direct virtual hard disk only. Okay, differencing disk. Snapshot, a checkpoint. This is also virtual hard disk. No, no, so don't go with that one. I don't want to confuse don't extend this. Guys, remember. Guys, remember here it is. Not remember, just try to understand. This is my hard disk, right? This is my hard disk. This is my hard disk, and I am partitioning this hard disk. So, what is a partitioning? Divide a hard disk into small parts, right? What is partitioning? This is, for example, 500 GB hard disk. This is 50 GB, 100 GB, and 20 GB, or maybe a 50 GB, like that. We divide a partition into small parts. Are you dividing physically, like you take something like a blade or something, like you take it and you cutting your hard disk, or you just you right click and say put a shrink the partition or extend the partition, create a new partition? Are you doing like that? Okay, so this is actually we are virtually dividing. Okay, we are actually logically or virtually, so you can say logically or virtually we are dividing big single hard disk into small disk drives. C drive, D drive. We are calling it as a C drive, D drive, like that. Okay. This is also we can say like a virtual, but I'm not going to that one. Okay. So here how we can virtually divide the hard disk into small parts. Also, we can add a virtual disk. Sorry, we can add a disk together and create a single volume. Create a single volume. Create a single volume. So, what is this concept? We already know. Known concept. What is it? Combining multiple disks together and create a single volume. In my question only answer is there. I am creating a single volume. This concept called a volumes. Okay. Volume creation. Ride is also like that. So normally disk means there is a hard disk. You are connecting directly a physical hard disk into your system. But ride concept is different hard disks combined together and get a redundancy from it. It is a different type of volumes you are getting. Okay. So this is another way of telling storage virtualization concept is combine physical disks. Combination of physical disk. Also, we can say like that. So, like create a large volumes, creating a large volumes. Examples: RAID. So different levels of RAIDs are there. RAID 0, RAID 1, RAID 5. Okay, this is called a stripped volume. It's called a mirror volume. This is called a RAID 5 volume. RAID 5 is called as a volume. So of course, RAID 6 volume is also same as a RAID 5. Okay, RAID 0 stripped volume means combination of two or more disks become a large disk. Mirror volume combination of two disks. If single disk failure, no problem. One disk you can able to access the data. RAID 5 combination of minimum three disks. Okay, combination of three minimum disks. If single disk is failure, no problem. Still we can able to access the data, but it has a parity. Parity used to actually what is a parity? Whenever the data is written into a disk, the parity bits written into other disk. So if disk is failure, you replace the disk, you replace with a new disk. Obviously, that are recreated into new disk. When a disk is failure, you remove the disk and reinsert the new disk. Okay, new disk does not have any data. So what happened? From the parity bits, data will be regenerated and stored into your new disk. So that is a parity bits. Ride is a one of the concept. Okay, ride is a one of the concept of also we can tell in a storage virtualization. It means it not a single physical disk will combine the multiple disks together and create a large volumes. Okay, next one is lvm. Next one is lvm, logical volume manager. Of course, here it is also same concept as like a ride, but there is no redundancy. No redundancy like ride. The RAID is a redundant array of independent disk. Guys, every definition is important. Redundant array of independent disk. Okay. LVM, logical volume manager. There's a few terminologies are there. Here it is. Physical volume means a individual disk. Next one is volume group, combination of multiple disks. Combination of multiple disks is called a volume group. Logical volume is a space from physical hard disk. So I will show you like this. So here it is. Guys, these are a individual physical hard disk. These are a individual physical hard disk. That is called a physical volume. Individual physical hard disk. Individual physical hard disk. Okay, separate hard disk. I combine all these together. Combine all this together. I put a name for it. Just I put a some name. VG1. I put a name. VG1. This all together become a volume group. Volume group. What is volume group? Combination of multiple physical volume. Combination of multiple physical volumes. Okay, that is called a volume group. For example, this is the 500 GB. This is the 500 GB. For example, this is the 1 terabyte. You can take like this also, no problem. Okay, so totally 2 terabyte of volume group is created. Individually, different volume sizes, but overall, it is volume group is big size. Now, the client or a particular server required something like a 200 GB hard disk. You take this 200 GB hard disk from your volume group only. Take the hard disk from volume group only. That is called a logical volume. That is called a logical volume. How many volumes we required? You take it from this volume group only. Very simple way. You take it from your volume groups. Okay, irrespective of size. Okay, so totally you have a 2 terabyte. I need a hard disk. Okay, I need a disk is like this. 1 point no 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 1.8 terabyte of disk is required. 1.8 terabyte disk is required. This is not having 1.8. This is not having 1.8. This is not having 1.8, right? So, but this is overall 2 terabyte. From overall 2 terabyte, I will take 1.8 terabyte of the logical volume like this. This is 1 terabyte, maybe like this, just for understanding. Okay, see, it is like a totally it will take 1.8 terabytes of volume from the 2 terabyte. From the 2 terabyte. So this is called a logical volume. Okay, so this concept is also we can say as a storage virtualization concept. Next one is storage space. Storage space concept is in Windows. Okay, in Windows 8 itself, Windows 8 and 2012 server, Windows Server 2012 onwards, it is there. So I'm not writing everything. So here it is also a different type of volumes. Same concept like a LVM. It is also same concept like a LVM type only. Same thing. You take a different disk and combine together as a create a simple storage volume. Okay. So we combine the multiple physical hard disk and create a single storage volume like a 2 terabyte. Okay, in this one we'll create a virtual hard disk. In this one we'll create a virtual hard disk with the direct to single hard disk or with redundancy. with RAID 5 concepts, with parities, without parities, like that also we can create it. Okay, this concept called as storage volume. This is also comes under storage space. This is also called as, this also comes under here. Maybe I never practice. We don't do much in this is storage space, which is introduced thing. Use a storage space to save files to or more drives to help protect you from a drive failure. Storage space also let you to easily add more drives if you run low capacity. If you don't see task links and create a chain settings like that. So like you can click it. Yes. Okay. It is showing like this. You want to return a main base. Selected drives to create a storage pool. So no drives are available. If it is there, you have to select it. Okay. So same concept as I said, like this. These are a different virtual hard disks. Sorry, different hard disks. You can combine. So don't say virtual hard disk here. So very simply, either it is same size or a different sizes. No problem. Combined together, we create a pool. Okay. In this pool, we can keep adding. You can keep adding also, no problem. Earlier in a LVM, we say this is called a volume group. In Microsoft, we call this one as a pool. Pool means combination of multiple hard disks. Combination of multiple hard disks. That is called a pool. Okay. So in this pool, once you create a pool, in the pool you can create a virtual hard disk as per your requirement, and you can store the data in this virtual hard disk. Okay. You can create a virtual hard data in the virtual hard disk. This is called a storage virtualization. Combination of physical disk and create a storage pool. Okay. Create a virtual disk in storage pool. So this is the concept. Okay. And store data in virtual disk. Okay, so this is what your storage virtualization. Guys, what is storage virtualization? First of all, go with the virtual hard disk. What is a virtual hard disk? So you can store a data into the virtual hard disk. Virtual hard disk is nothing but a file in your regular storage disk only. You can store the data into the virtual hard disk. So from Microsoft, vhdx is a regular formats. From VMware, we will get a vmdk and linux.qcow2. And of course, other type of formats also available based on your, like Xen servers, Citrix Xen servers. So different virtual hard disks are there. Okay. So they use a different hypervisor platforms may have a different type of virtual hard disk formats also there. But this is the well-known virtual hard disk formats. Okay. Next one is types is mostly like a fixed disk, dynamically expand disks, and differencing disk kind of stuff. Guys, in certain technologies we use thin provision, thick provision. Okay, thin provision, thick provision kind of stuff. What is thin provision? Thin provision is nothing but a dynamically expanding disk type. What is dynamically expanding disk? Yes, when you create a disk, it won't occupy from your physical space. If you keep putting the data into the disk and it occupies the space. It grows along with the data you are inserting in it. That is called a dynamically expanding disk. So that is thin provision. What is thick provision? Or a fixed disk. When you create a disk without a data or with data in the disk, whether what are the data, how much data in the disk, it is already occupied the space from your physical storage. Like you create a 10 GB fixed disk, it take the 10 GB from your already, it will occupy the 10 GB from your physical space. Dynamic disk, you create a 100 GB hard disk, it want to occupy 100 GB space. And also you seen in when I told Linux kind of stuff, when I said like a 200 GB or 160 GB like that, you got a fear like some people are asking, maybe your batch or your 10th batch, I don't know, but they are asking like, sir, I don't have that much of space in my physical hard disk. But originally it is occupying 1.5 GB, 1.6 GB, right? Yesterday also we seen 1.6 GB only. But I given 200 GB for my virtual machine. But actually my in my physical space it occupied 1.6 only. How it is possible? The disk type is dynamically expanding. Okay. So when you see anything like a thin provision kind of stuff means it's a dynamically expanding. So names are little bit different from one type of organization to another type. Like a Microsoft related terminologies, or a VMware related terminologies, Linux related terminologies. Terminologies may be changed, but the meaning is not changes. Okay, just you have to read at least once about it. Just if you look at it, you will understand. Okay, so simply it is. Okay, so this is about your storage virtualization. Next part we will see the network virtualization. Just I want to see the time. Okay, good. Next part we will see network virtualization. So